Here's the challenge for us as leaders. Business norms are very clear because they're quid pro quo. Social norms are much more ambiguous. So being more ambiguous, social norms require courageous leadership. That means you, as leaders in your organizations, must understand the profit paradox. That's why we start there. Why would 12 people who are hired for these high levels of these 3 personality characteristics behave in ways so far outside those personality characteristics? Culture. Here is the point I want to emphasize. Policies limit behavior, culture drives behavior. We don't do that here is an example of how leaders are responsible for setting the parameters of the garden. Every member of our culture is a gardener in our culture. Every member is a gardener means culture is not only about what's required, it's also about what's allowed. What are the behaviors we allow in our culture also create our culture? In business and in our organizations, we have the ability and an opportunity to create a context or a culture that is supportive of human life or that is toxic to human life. If you take 20 babies in a maternity unit, if one of those babies starts to cry, what happens to the other 19? They start to cry. It's called empathetic distress. Our primary human drives are social and empathetic. Do you think they cry differentially if they're white, black, Asian, or Latino? The answer is no. Do you think they cry differentially if they are boys or girls? The answer is no. What creates differences in emotional expression in all of us as adults? Thank you, I heard it. The answer is culture. Cause drives behaviors. Mission cannot and does not. So here's the hardline distinction. Mission is what you do. Cause is why you do it. That's the hardline distinction. That is cause-driven behavior. That is culture-driven behavior. That is how cause drives behaviors. Mission cannot and does not. Leaders get people to achieve goals other people cannot achieve. Culture gets people to achieve goals other people cannot imagine. You can trash your culture in 24 hours. If you want to make meaningful substantive change to your culture, you must be looking at a 12 to 18-month time horizon. Minimum, which means it can't take more. 12 to 18 months minimum. Your competitive advantage does not come from your policies and procedures. It does not even come from the people you have. It comes from their willingness to go above and beyond the goal. That's quintessence. On that tour, they will give away copies of their policy manuals, procedure manual, an HR book. They even have a culture book, which they give away because they know the one thing you cannot buy, sell, trade, have borrowed, copied, or stolen is their quintessence. What is their competitive advantage becomes your competitive advantage. It is the fruit or result of your culture. We know that if as leaders, if we have the courage to look at all of our stakeholders, not just our shareholders, business partners, suppliers, employees, customers, shareholders, and by extension, community, society, and the environment, then I would submit to you, together, we will not only build better organizations, we will build a better planet.